Rafi's back. We are bracing for ugly weather all the way around.
All around, yeah, we have the extreme heat and then severe weather threats. I want to take another look at those. Lightning and destructive winds, those are the main threats. We could see flash flooding and damaging hail. If you have outdoor plans, have a safe place to go to. We'll have cut-ins throughout the day.
Okay, appreciate that. Now you'll stay on top of it. And coming up today at 4, bringing soccer to inner city kids. The new Premier Field coming to New Jersey's largest city. And meet the young girl with a new reason to smile. Her incredible transformation thanks to doctors in New York. Thanks so much for watching. New York Live's up next. Have a good one and stay cool out there.
Now at 4, getting ready to honor the city's hometown heroes. The heat forcing City Hall to scale back the event. And now one group plans to boycott it altogether.
And you're talking about that heat and storms. Severe watches and warnings issued for parts of our area. We are here to time it out for you. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. I'm Natalie Pascarella.
And I'm David Ushry. Yeah, we're going to begin with the weather. The heat and humidity back with a vengeance, making it feel like triple digits.
It comes with storms now popping up across our region. Let's get right over to Storm Team 4's Rafael Miranda tracking conditions. Raph.
Hey there, Natalie. Yeah, we're just baking right now in the city, but to the north in the Hudson Valley, we've seen severe storms already. So let's start there. Live storm tracker 4 showing we have 2 storms that we're watching have severe levels. Right now, this one moving through just New Paltz and Poughkeepsie. This one has the potential to drop some hail, penny-sized hail, and winds up to 70 miles per hour. This is your one severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 4:45. This storm now picking up speed, moving through Poughkeepsie. And look at this cluster of lightning here. That's a sign of an intensifying thunderstorm. Definitely watching out for wind damage. This storm is moving on towards the east. It'll be in places like Pleasant Valley around 4:11, Moores Hill by 4:22, and Unionvale around 4:30. Getting a closer look here where you see the purples and black. That's the potential for hail moving through Hyde Park right now. And Poughkeepsie, another little hail signature right there. Lots of lightning moving through Poughkeepsie as well. Off to the west, we're tracking more storms now pushing through Pennsylvania. This one's headed towards Sullivan County. Lots of juice for these storms to work with. The atmosphere is ripe for these storms to be strong to severe. The main threats will be destructive winds for the next several hours, flash flooding a possibility as well, and we are seeing that potential for hail. We're going to have more on the timing of the storms as well as the dangerous heat coming up in your full forecast in just a few minutes. Natalie and David, over to you.
All right, Rafi, thanks. You're talking about that heat. It's actually forcing New York City to scale back tomorrow's big ticker tape parade, saluting the men and women who helped to guide us through the pandemic. There will be some extra cooling and water stations there, too. Now, the Parade of Heroes steps off from Battery Park at 11 o'clock. It goes along the Canyon of Heroes. And News 4's Gus Rosendale is joining us from the parade route with the changes and the preparations, Gus. Brian, trying to stand out there. That's going to do it for us.
All right, News 4 at 5 begins right now.
We'll have a much smaller, stripped-down version of that.
Now at 5, there are big changes coming to tomorrow's Parade of Heroes. We have a live report on what to expect and what not to expect. And they are saying goodbye in Queens. The funeral of local victims from that Florida building collapse is happening now, and we are there live. Plus, dangerous heat and humidity are coming in. Right now, severe storms are starting to move in as well. We're tracking all of it for you right here on News 4. Good to have you with us. I'm Adam Cooperstein. Let's begin with that wild weather because right now we're bracing for thunderstorms. Storm Team 4's Dave Price is on top of all of it. What can we expect here, Dave?
Well, more of the same. In fact, some strong weather rolling through, high winds, heavy rain, thunder and lightning, and we're beginning to see the first doses push across the Hudson right now. We were watching some strong storms throughout Poughkeepsie and up through the Hudson Valley. Now to the west still, as we head all the way to Pike County, we're watching those storms continuing to develop, and they are loaded with thunder and lightning. Let's take a quick trip up the Hudson River Valley, and you can see as we head to Wappingers Falls, over to Newburgh, across the bridge, and back out to the west towards Wallkill, some very heavy downpours at this point. Now let's take a look and see where these are going to be headed in the next hour or so. And as we take a look at Cold Spring in at about 5:07, just about 7 minutes from now, Pauling at 5:10, into New Milford at 22 minutes past the hour, Mayapack at 5:33, and New Fairfield at 5:37. Further out west, more of these continuing to build, and the concern here is that they are not breaking up. These lines remain intact as they continue to march to the east. This is all working in our direction, and in the next hour and a half into and through the city, we're going to watch it. It's going to be a long evening. Watches and warnings continue to get posted throughout the area, and we'll keep an eye on all of it. In the meantime, I want to remind you, if you are heading out, you can also also track the severe weather right along with us. All you need to do is download the News 4 app or head to NBCNewYork.com. It's going to be a busy evening with winds which could be upwards of 60 miles per hour, thunder and lightning, and the possibility of hail. We've already got damage reports in. We'll track that, and we're also keeping an eye on Elsa. A lot going on in the weather department tonight. Adam, back to you for the headline.
Yeah, we'll check back with you soon, Dave. Thank you. Tomorrow's Parade of Heroes in the city starting to look a little bit different. It's the one to celebrate the essential workers and the healthcare heroes. But the mayor now says the heat is to blame for some changes. News 4's Ida Siegel live for us at City Hall with what we can expect. Ida? Right now at 5:30, we are dealing with another round of oppressive heat, and we're keeping an eye on the skies. There's a severe thunderstorm watch in effect right now for most of the tri-state area, and some folks are dealing with a warning. Let's get to the storm forecast with Storm Team 4's Dave Price.
All right, we have a lot going on right now, Adam, and this is going to be how the evening's going to play out. Lots of these changing situations. We have warnings posted now in Morris, Warren, Sussex, Pike, Sullivan, and into Putnam counties. And through the evening, we're going to have more of this to talk about. Let's take a look right now. This is Sussex, Warren County, and out to the west. Where is this going? Well, these storms are going to continue to march to the southeast at just about 40 miles per hour. So let's play it out over the next little while. It rolls into Vernon at 5:41, Rockaway at 5:47, Parsippany at 5 minutes before 6 o'clock, Wayne at 6:03, and into Ramapo at 6:06. In the meantime, another line of storms in Putnam County. Thunder, lightning, high winds. We could see hail up to 3/4 of an inch. We'll watch it and keep an eye on the skies in Carmel and Kent and in Southeast. And as we deal with all of this, also outside right now, it feels like it's 100 degrees at Newark, 95 in Central Park. Look where the rain has come through, much lower in Poughkeepsie and Monticello and out to the west. We've got a lot to talk about into the evening. More rough weather is ahead over the next several hours. We'll go through all of it and look at Elsa and its potential effects on our area in just a little while. Adam, back to you.
All right, Dave, thanks. That heat you mentioned, it is putting a bit of a cloud over the city's big ticker tape parade for heroes of the pandemic tomorrow. And that's not even the only issue. There's one group of frontline workers saying they are boycotting. We're talking about the city's EMTs. News 4's Mark Santia joins us live from the parade route in Lower Manhattan with the reason they are taking a stand here. Mark? She is so adorable. When she goes to Ethiopia, she's going to go to school for the first time, by the way. She wasn't allowed to go because of that tumor on her face. Thank you so much for watching. Stay with us as the news continues.
Now at 6, severe thunderstorm watch is issued for much of the tri-state. Storm Team 4 tracking it all and warning of dangerous heat tomorrow and beyond. That heat forcing City Hall to scale back plans for tomorrow's ticker tape parade to honor our hometown heroes. Now, one group of first responders plans to boycott the whole thing. Plus, we are still waiting for the latest results in New York City's Democratic mayoral primary. This includes 125,000 absentee ballots. So will those change who's on top? We're going to try to get you some answers to that. Good evening. We thank you for joining us. I'm Natalie Pascarella. Chuck is off tonight. We're going to start with that severe weather. Severe thunderstorms are the threat right now, and dangerous heat and humidity are right on the heels of those storms. Let's get right on over to Storm Team 4's Dave Price.
All right, Nat, I have a piece of paper because we're just piling warning after warning after warning. Right now, Hudson, Passaic, Union, Bergen, Essex, Orange, Rockland, Westchester, in through the 5 boroughs and through Fairfield, Connecticut. So that's what we're dealing with right now. And these lines of storms are staying intact. Look at the amount of lightning connected with them. And as we head through the next several hours, to anyone gathering in Central Park right now for Shakespeare in the Park, I think you need to rethink that until these storms push through. This is until 6:30 tonight, covering the city and Bergen County into Passaic as well. We could see winds gusting upwards of 60 miles per hour or more. Clifton in the next few minutes, into Jersey City at 6:11, over the city at 6:15, LaGuardia after that. We're going to see building delays over the next hour or two. Great Neck at 6:26, into JFK at 6:30, and on we go. We're going to continue to track all of this. Another line pushing into sections of Fairfield and Westchester counties. We'll go through all in detail and take you through the next, let's say, hour to 2.5 hours when we see you in a few minutes for our for our full forecast. Natalie, back to you.
All right, Dave, a lot to cover. We will see you soon. And that sweltering forecast he's talking about for tomorrow, it actually prompted Mayor de Blasio to make some changes to the Parade of Heroes for tomorrow. One big part of the event has been canceled. And separately, city EMTs are boycotting the parade that's in their honor. The union representing them has been working without a contract for more than 2 years and says they don't want a parade. They want a new deal for their members. News 4's Gus Rosendale joining us from the parade route with more on all the preparations, Gus.
And, you know, you just want to see everybody out there.
You want to see
everybody out there at Citi Field tonight. Mets owner Steve Cohen tweeting, weather looks great at 11 p.m.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He's trying to take your job.
He's good.
Let's do it then. All right.
Yeah.
Sean, thanks. A quick look at tonight's top stories. We're still waiting for the release of those latest results in the New York City Democratic mayoral primary. The new results will include more than 100,000 absentee ballots. We've been waiting for this, and now they're expected to be released at 7:30 tonight. We have you covered there. Well, next on NBC Nightly News, competing in this red-hot real estate market. Shortcuts to avoid and what you need to have ready to get your dream home. The series Priced Out is coming up next, only on Nightly News.
Breaking right now, powerful storm sweeping into the tri-state as we come onto the air live at 7. You are looking at Newark Airport and Midtown. Clouds getting darker by the second. The rain is coming down. And we thank you for joining us live at 7. I'm David Ushery. The storm's obviously fueled by another day of extreme heat around the tri-state. And you can see the lines sweeping toward Long Island, the Jersey Shore. But let's get the real view now from Storm Team 4's Dave Price. Tracking it, Dave.
All right, as we begin, traffic management programs in effect at all 3 major airports. So expect delays with the thunder, lightning, and winds rolling through. Out to Queens we go right now, and you can see that camera shaking. Winds through the area gusting upwards of above 50 miles per hour. Look at the temperature in New York City, now down to 71 degrees after temperatures in the 90s today as that rain has begun to roll on through. Dew point still up there. As we take a look at what is now going to take place over the next little while, we look out to the east through Long Island, the Connecticut shoreline, all seeing heavy rains, thunder, lightning, and high winds. And then this piece of the equation begins to drift ever so slowly, about 20-25 miles per hour, down towards the shore and out to the east. This is yet another warning now in effect, a severe thunderstorm warning. We'll continue to track it. We go closer now and take a look out to the east. Queens, Nassau, Suffolk counties, we could see hail of about 3/4 of an inch and winds upwards of 60 miles per hour. We're looking at 7:30 for Remsenburg, Brookhaven at 7:12. We'll continue to track all of this and this batch, which is drifting towards the shore, when we see you in just a couple of minutes. Now to the headlines. David?
And we do have breaking headlines, Dave, as we come on the air here at 7. An update on the drama in the race for New York City mayor. The city's Board of Elections just released a new round of numbers. At first blush, it looks as if the race narrows in the Democratic primary for mayor. There might be an idea of who the winner may be, but we've learned we can't look at things at first blush. News 4's Andrew Siff is literally getting information as he comes on the air right now. What can you tell us, Andrew? Here's what's coming up for us tonight at 11. Fireworks fuel a house fire, sparking an explosion. Who the homeowners credit with getting them outside just seconds before the blast. Plus, an emotional reunion between a woman and her lost dog. And we'll tell you how the New York Mets actually made this happen. And of course, Storm Team 4 is going to be here throughout the night, tracking some of these storms that have been moving through the tri-state. You can download the NBC 4 New York app for alerts. But for now, Access Hollywood is coming your way next. And we'll see you right here for News 4 New York at 11. Right now at 11, history made in New York City 3 weeks after the mayoral primary. The candidate declaring victory tonight and the opponent seemingly admitting defeat. But we're going to begin with the weather 1-2 punch. Damaging storms sweep across the tri-state on the heels of dangerous heat. We thank you for joining us at 11 o'clock. I'm David Ushery. Natalie is off tonight. A severe thunderstorm warning for parts of the tri-state just expired, but a heat advisory still in place. Timing couldn't be worse for the 116,000 customers currently spending the night without power. The severe storms didn't just impact electricity. They also grounded planes. Travelers at the area's 3 major airports now dealing with 2.5-hour delays. News 4's Anjali Hemphill standing by with another storm-related headache for some owners. But we're going to begin with Storm Team 4's Dave Price, and that is quite the light show behind you, Dave.
Yeah, David, we go down to Point Pleasant Beach because we still have a lot of thunder and lightning down in the direction of the New Jersey coastline right now. So while the beach is desolate and shot is kind of blurry, you can see what's going on as this storm system begins to exit and head into the Atlantic. We've got 72 degrees on the thermometer right now, a far cry from where we were today, with heat indices close to 100 degrees in and around that area. Finally, things beginning to calm down, but look at the plethora of if you will, of lightning strikes. And that's just a slight indication of what we saw around the entire region, up through the Hudson Valley, out to Connecticut, out to the east end of Long Island, and originating all the way out west in Pennsylvania and working its way in. Let's see what's happening right now. We head on down to Dover Beaches North, up by Brick, over to Wall, back to Howell, Lakewood. That's one area. We move up to the north, Middletown, Marlborough, and back to the west towards Monroe. And then we head out to actually the south shore of Long Island to Point Lookout, up to Merrick, and further out to the west where we see another cell with powerful downpours and high winds attached. We'll update you as to what we expect over the next 24 hours, but more heat, more humidity, and a replay of this potentially severe weather tomorrow. When we see you in just a couple of minutes, we'll time it all out.
All right, David, with what you just said, imagine sitting in the dark without air conditioning. That's bad enough. But some people also spent this evening cleaning up damage to their cars or their homes. And that's certainly the case in Ridgewood, New Jersey, where News 4's Anjali Hemphill continues our team coverage. Anjali? Got people without power. They're going to have to clean up. What are we looking at now, Dave?
Well, listen, you know, we all have eye strain from watching that radar tonight. I think we're going to replay a lot of this tomorrow. High heat, high humidity, triple-digit temperatures, and then that threat of severe weather once again, guys, as we head through tomorrow, late afternoon into the evening. And then, of course, we shift our attention to the end of the week when we get the remnants of Elsa, which could bring some rough weather to the coastline and to Long Island. So we've got a lot to watch over the next several days.
Okay. Thank you, Dave. That's going to do it for us on News 4 New York at 11. Prepare for the Tonight Show. It's coming your way. Remember, we're here for you early. Today in New York begins at 4 a.m. Have a good night.
Right now on Today in New York, honoring essential workers. The Canyon of Heroes will be filled today as those who worked through the pandemic are celebrated. Severe storms make a mess of the tri-state. Neighborhoods waking up in the dark while we all brace for more dangerous heat. Plus, declaring victory. Eric Adams has a slight edge over his closest competitor, why some of the other candidates are not conceding yet. Morning, everybody. It's Wednesday morning. It is July 7th. I'm Darlene Rodriguez. Michael Gargiulo's off today. Lauren Scala's here tracking roads and rails, and Storm Team 4's Marie LaRosa is here with the forecast. Good morning.
Good morning. All right, we had all those storms yesterday. Pretty wild. Those have moved away. So I'm going to start there and show you the satellite and radar picture. And pretty clear right now in our area. All of the action is offshore for now. So once again, we find ourselves between now and this afternoon talking about the heat. So the heat advisory continues through the rest of today and into this evening. And you guessed it, for that heat index that could at times approach the mid and upper 90s, near 100 degrees. Out there right now, it's plenty muggy and mild. 72 at Central Park now, 73 in Newark, 68 in Poughkeepsie, 70 out the door in Islip. It's going to be another hot one, and we're going to get another round of showers and thunderstorms later on this evening. But by lunchtime, we'll already be into the low and mid 80s. Feels like temperatures pushing the 90s. So I'll talk more about the heat when it breaks, and keeping an eye on those storms. I'll time them out for you coming up in just a little bit, but let's get you out the door. Lauren, what's going on?
There are some things happening out there already at this early hour. In fact, some that took place overnight. So the BQE eastbound by Northern Boulevard, there was just a big fire truck out here. There was an accident that takes out 2 lanes. It looks like the fire truck left, but some of the flares are still in the roadway. So looks like the accident may have cleared, but still use caution if you're headed that way. And then heading over to New Jersey, Route 28 closed in both directions out by Fairview Avenue. Avenue. An accident overnight took down a utility pole, so that remains closed. There was a jackknife tractor trailer on 287 southbound in this area, but that recently cleared, so a little bit of an improvement. Darlene, back to you.
All right, Lauren, thanks so much. Well, as Maria said, it was a wild night of weather across our area. Take a look here at some serious damage in Astoria, Queens. Parts of trees came crashing down on cars and homes. Thousands of customers across the tri-state still without power. Well, something that may cause more problems when the temperatures heat up. Today, New York's Gabi Acevedo's in Ridgewood, New Jersey, where there is a mess, we understand. Gabi, good morning. Right now on Today in New York, gearing up for the Parade of Heroes. Lower Manhattan quiet right now, but in just a few hours, the ticker tape will fly to honor frontline workers. And Eric Adams says he is who Democrats have picked in the race for mayor. Some of the other candidates are not conceding just yet. The latest ranked choice results. And after a night of severe weather, the tri-state's gearing up for more dangerous heat. Storm Team 4 has the latest on the threat. Good morning, everybody. Wednesday morning. It is July 7th. I'm Darlene Rodriguez. Michael Gargiulo's off today. Lauren Scala is here watching roads and rails, and Storm Team 4's Maria LaRosa is here with the forecast. So yesterday evening, it was like, you know, you get out of the car and you realize it's coming down right in 2 seconds.
Like now.
Like this second.
Yeah.
That's what was going on last night.
And it was one of those, like, you know, movie scenes.
Yes.
Everything's flying around. I saw your video.
Yeah, I watched scaffolding collapse yesterday.
Oh, scary.
Yeah.
Scary. So we want to get everybody ready because it's sort of a repeat in that we have the heat for sure and the storm threat later this afternoon and evening. Let's talk heat first. The advisory continues. And if you were out and about yesterday, even outside of the advisory areas, which is just about everywhere right now, it was still steamy and stifling. So be prepared. Just keep it cool today. We're starting off at 72 in the city, 70 in Islip, 68 in Poughkeepsie, down to 67 in Sussex. As far as the storms right now, there they are from yesterday. The cluster now offshore. We're mainly clear and dry for now, but definitely plan on those thunderstorms by late afternoon and evening, a similar time frame to yesterday, just a hint later. But that heat is on track and on time to back up into the mid 80s by lunchtime, headed into the low 90s. So I'll time out the storms in just a minute, but let's time out your traffic. And Lauren, you've got the latest.
Thank you, Maria. Good morning. There is a big problem on the Long Island Expressway in Suffolk County right now. Westbound, you can see the roadway is completely shut down. This is out by exit 57, Betts Highway. There's an overturned vehicle in the HOV lane, and you can see that they had to just shut everything down here. So eastbound, things are still open, but westbound, all lanes closed, and it could be for a little while. So I will continue to keep you updated there. Then heading over to New Jersey, a couple of different issues. Route 28 or Union Ave, that's shut down in Middlesex between Elmwood Ave and Harris Ave, and that's because of an accident that took down a utility pole. And then you have some flooding on Route 35 southbound. That all lanes are closed there from Twin Brooks Avenue to Woodland Drive. So something to keep in mind. Darlene, back to you.
Lauren, thank you so much. Well, we have arrived at a day that seemed like it would never happen when it was first announced, a ticker tape parade for frontline workers. Thousands are expected to line the Canyon of Heroes to say thank you. We have team coverage this morning. Miles Miller's on the Lower East Side and Tracy Strahan's at the end of the route near City Hall. Tracy, good morning. Right now on Today in New York, honoring essential workers. The Canyon of Heroes will be filled today as those who work through the pandemic are celebrated. Severe storms make a mess of the tri-state. Neighborhoods waking up in the dark while we all brace for more dangerous heat. Plus, declaring victory. Eric Adams has a slight edge over his closest competitor, why some of the other candidates are not conceding just yet. Good morning, everybody. Wednesday morning, it is July 7th. I'm Darlene Rodriguez. Michael Gargiulo's off today. Lauren Scala is here tracking roads and rails, staying busy, also super busy. Storm Team 4's Maria LaRosa with the weather.
Yeah, thankfully not right now. It's all getting everybody ready for this afternoon and evening again. So let's start with the storm threat, which we don't have now. As you can see, the big cluster that came through last evening on its way out and offshore, even taking with it most of the cloud cover. So we have that. And then, of course, the heat, the other big story. That heat advisory continues through today for just about everywhere. And it's mild and muggy even now. 72 at Central Park, 73 in Newark. We're down to 69 in Eastport, 73 in Bridgeport, 68 degrees in Poughkeepsie. So while we'll get some sun in here early, it's just going to add to that hot feeling. Already pushing the mid 80s by lunchtime. It'll start to feel like the low 90s at that point. Once again, headed to that heat index close to 100 in spots. I've got the thunderstorms expected for this afternoon and evening. I'll fine-tune that timing for you coming up in just a bit, but let's get that timing for your traffic. Lauren, what's going on?
Well, Maria, there's some road closures out there at this hour. We're going to head over to the Long Island Expressway in Suffolk County. We're westbound out by exit 57. All lanes remain closed. There was an overturned vehicle in the HOV lane and some activity on the right shoulder here. But like I said, westbound, all lanes closed out there. In fact, all traffic's being diverted onto the service road. So you'll see the delay now on the maps getting into this area. Definitely leave yourself some extra time. You will be able to take the service road around it. But as you can see, it's a bit jammed up. Heading over to Route 28 in New Jersey in Middlesex, all lanes are closed in both directions between Elmwood Avenue and Harris Avenue. This is because of an accident that took out a utility pole. So they're still in the process of clearing that. Darlene, back to you.
Okay, Lauren, thanks so much. It was a wild night of weather across our area. Take a look here at some serious damage in Westchester County. A massive tree taken down in Rye. Thousands of customers across the tri-state are still without power. Well, something that may cause more problems when temperatures heat up. Today, New York's Gabi Acevedo's in Ridgewood right now. Ridgewood, New Jersey. There's a mess there, we understand, Gabi. Right now on Today in New York, a salute to New York City's hometown heroes. What to expect today as essential workers march through the Canyon of Heroes. And do we finally have a winner? Eric Adams declares victory in the Democratic primary, but his closest competitors are not conceding yet. And severe storms leave tens of thousands without power as we brace for another day of extreme heat and damaging wind and rain. Morning, everybody. Wednesday morning, it is July 7th. I'm Darlene Rodriguez. As we said yesterday, everything's going to be okay. Michael Gargiulo's off this morning. Hopefully, he's sleeping in. Lauren Scala's tracking roads and rails. Storm Team 4's Maria Rosa's here with the forecast.
And I said it yesterday. I feel better already.
You know, we're going to get it together.
Okay. We're going to get it together. We're going to get everybody ready. Let's get you ready out the door right now. Sleeping in is a little easier when you don't have lightning and thunder. So things are pretty quiet right now on the radar and satellite picture. You can see, obviously, that was not the case as we headed into last evening and overnight. But again, we are sort of resetting. The humidity has not gone anywhere. And so it's another day where that heat and humidity combination. We've got the heat advisory posted for just about everywhere, where the heat index will approach the mid and upper 90s, near 100 at times. 72 right now out the door in Central Park. We've got 73 in Newark, 68 in Poughkeepsie, White Plains at 69, Bridgeport at 73, Islip now at 70. So starting off mainly in the 70s, we're going to end up in the mid and upper 80s by lunchtime, still dry at that point. Watching the threat for showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. I'll time it out for you coming up in just a minute, but let's time out that commute. How are things shaping up, Lauren?
Things are pretty not great. One spot only, though, only one spot. We're going to head over to Suffolk County, where the LIE remains closed westbound at exit 57. That's highway. You can still see some of the wreckage from this overturned vehicle earlier out there. They've cleaned most of it up, but I'm being told that this will be out there for a while. So what's happening is all traffic is being diverted off the roadway onto the service road at exit 57, and you will be able to get past it. But delays continue to build as more and more people get out there on the roads. And then heading over to NJ Transit, they actually restored rail service, which is great news. They had substitute bus service out there between Summit and Sterling, but rail service has been restored, and the rails are running on or close to schedule. Darlene, back to you.
Lauren, thanks so much. 5:31 right now. It is Wednesday morning, and in just a few hours, confetti and ticker tape will fill the air as New York City honors the essential workers that helped to guide us through the pandemic. The Hometown Heroes Parade steps off from Battery Park at 11 a.m. and then makes its way up the Canyon of Heroes. We have team coverage of today's celebration, beginning with Today in New York's Tracy Strahan, who's at City Hall. Good morning, Trace. Right now on Today in New York, celebrating the essential workers who helped get us through the worst of the pandemic. What to expect from today's Hometown Heroes Ticker Tape Parade. And the latest ranked choice results in the Democratic mayoral primary are in. So do we finally have a winner? What the candidates are saying this morning. And the race to restore power to tens of thousands of people as we get ready for another day of dangerous temperatures and a severe storm threat.
Good morning, everybody. Wednesday morning. It is July 7th. I'm Darlene Rodriguez. Michael Gargiulo's off today. Lauren Scala is here with us watching roads and rails, and Storm Team 4's Maria LaRosa is here with today's forecast.
I think that says it all, right?
That says a lot, right?
A summer, sultry start to the day. We're storm-free for now. Okay. So let's start with the heat. That heat advisory continuing this morning into later on this afternoon and evening for just about everyone. Again, if you're not in officially the heat advisory, you're still going to be
breaking right now on Today in New York. Live pictures from Chopper 4 as an overturned tanker truck creates a major mess on the Nassau Expressway. Plus, severe storms leave tens of thousands without power as we brace for another day of extreme heat and damaging wind and rain. And a salute to New York City's hometown heroes. Live pictures here from Battery Park, where the parade steps off just hours from now. How today's dangerous heat is forcing a change of plans, though. All right, good morning, everybody. Wednesday morning, it's July 7th. I'm Darlene Rodriguez. Michael Gargiulo is off today. That's a tight shot. I'm glad I reapplied my lipstick. Lauren Scala, back up. All right, it's high def.
I say more.
A girl's not
please.
20 anymore.
No,
it's okay.
You look it.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Lauren Scala here tracking roads and rails. Maria LaRosa is here, and Michael is off today. Hence the confusion.
Oh my gosh, that was a great shot.
Ooh.
Great shot. More of that, please. No. But yeah,
happy it was you.
Exactly. Thank you. I second that. All right, let's show you what's happening right now. This is radar and satellite picture. It is quiet radar-wise, and that's good news for the parade too. It is literally just the heat that we have to contend with, and that's plenty, at least through the midday. We have the heat advisory posted again through this morning and into this evening, and even outside of the advisory area, it is still that stifling humidity. 73 now at Central Park, at 72 in Newark and Bridgeport, 70 in Islip, 68 degrees in Poughkeepsie. The sky says it all already. Hazy and humid with some sunshine getting in there. 90 degrees by 1 o'clock. It'll feel like the mid and upper 90s through 4 p.m. At that point, we'll be watching some scattered showers and thunderstorms developing, some maybe on the strong side, so similar to yesterday. I'll fine-tune that timing coming up and talk impacts too in just a little bit. Darlene, back over to you.
Thanks so much, Maria. We want to get to that breaking commuter alert on the Nassau Expressway. Lauren's been keeping us updated on this all morning, this mess right here. Kai Simonson is over the scene in Chopper 4. What's the latest, Kai? All right, I have the two busiest ladies on the floor right here now.
Yeah, and Kai Simonson still busy for us live in Chopper 4 over the scene of this overturned tanker truck and massive fuel spill. This is on the Nassau Expressway. All lanes are closed in both directions. Out by Burnside Avenue, you can see lots of foam on the roadway. Big mess. So that's going to be out there all morning. Then over on the Long Island Expressway westbound, all lanes remain closed at exit 57, Vets Highway. Delays go back to exit 60. There is an accident that's been out there since before 4 a.m. And then heading over to some issues on the Clearview right there. You can see delays in both directions out by the Throgs Neck Bridge, and there's a crash on I-80 eastbound out by exit 37 causing delays as well.
Okay, thanks so much, Lauren. Maria.
All right, hazy and warm already, and lots of humidity too. The picture says it all, but right now we're in the 70s. We'll be in the upper 80s by lunchtime, 90 at 1 o'clock, but it'll feel like the mid 90s at that point. And then late afternoon and evening, once again, a chance for showers and thunderstorms. Some may be on the strong side. Watch for those destructive winds and heavy rainfall. And then a quick break tomorrow from the heat and the storms. They pick up again in the afternoon. Elsa will factor into some heavy rain early on Friday, and then just near 80 degrees for the weekend and early next week with overnight lows in the 60s.
Thanks so much. All right, well, stay with us for local news updates every 30 minutes throughout the morning. The Today Show is next. That's what's happening today in New York.
Your News 4 New York live update starts now.
Good morning, 7:26 on this Wednesday morning. I'm Darlene Rodriguez. We want to bring you the latest on this morning's breaking commuter alert, an overturned tanker truck on Long Island. So here's what the scene looked like when Chopper 4 was overhead about a half hour ago. This is on the Nassau Expressway at Burnside Avenue in Inwood. Both of those roads are closed while crews continue to clean up a large fuel spill. You can see the massive amount of foam that firefighters have to put down. So far, there's no word of any injuries. For a look now at the rest of the morning commute, Here's Lauren Scala.
Thanks, Darlene. Other issues out there on Long Island as well. This is a live look at the Long Island Expressway. We're westbound for at least 3 hours. All lanes have been closed at exit 57. So traffic is being diverted off there on the service road by Vets Highway. You also have another accident in the backup here westbound by exit 59. There's a crash on Sunrise Highway eastbound approaching exit 61. Another one on the Southern State eastbound in the left lane out by exit 24. And New Jersey commuters on Route 80 eastbound. There's a crash at exit 37 causing very heavy delays as well. Darlene, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Lauren. 727. We will be right back with Maria LaRosa's forecast. Now here's Maria LaRosa with the forecast.
And here's that sunshine and haze already, Darlene. Temperatures climbing into the mid-70s. We're at 74 right now. We'll be into the upper 80s by lunchtime. At that point, that heat and humidity with the heat advisory means the heat index will be mid-90s, upper 90s, close to 100 at times in spots. Also another round of showers and thunderstorms late afternoon and evening. Some may be strong with the damaging wind gusts, especially for northern New Jersey, Hudson Valley, the city, Long Island again. And then tomorrow, while a little cooler, we'll still see some showers and thunderstorms, and then watching Elsa Friday morning, Darlene.
All right, Maria, thank you. Coming up on the Today Show live from Tokyo, the final ruling on a track star's Olympic bid. We'll have another local update here in a half hour. See you then.
Your News 4 New York live update starts now.
Good morning. Live look here at the Holland Tunnel. Delays of about 15 minutes right now, 7:56 on a Wednesday morning. It is July 7th. I'm Darlene Rodriguez. Tens of thousands of people across our area are waking up without power, all thanks to last night's damaging storms. In Ridgewood, New Jersey, the intense thunderstorm knocked down trees and power lines. We saw similar damage in Glen Rock and South Orange. Fortunately, nobody was hurt, but many people will be cleaning up the damage to their cars and their homes today. And a different type of cleanup's underway this morning on Long Island. Look at this. Firefighters are at the scene of an overturned tanker truck with a fuel spill. This is in Inwood on Nassau Expressway at Burnside Avenue. This accident happened several hours ago. There's no word yet, though, on when these roads will reopen. Let's take a look at the rest of the morning commute. Here's Lauren Scala.
That's a big mess. But in addition to that, you have delays in service changes on the 2, 3, 4, and 5 subway lines. And then on the Long Island Expressway westbound, this accident that took place overnight a little bit before 4 a.m. leaves all westbound lanes shut down out by exit 57 Vets Highway. So you're going to be diverted off onto the service road there, but it's quite a slow go. Over on the Southern State Parkway, you can see there's a crash out here on the eastbound side by exit 24 Merrick Avenue. So just one lane gets by. Delays very heavy through here as well. And then you have a crash on the LIE westbound after exit 23 Main Street. Reports this takes out 2 to 3 lanes. So you can also see eastbound a slow go on the LIE this morning in Queens. And finally, this is pretty much wrapped up with that accident on 80 eastbound by exit 37 Rockaway. Delays are still extensive, so keep that in mind. Darlene, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Lauren. Let's check the weather today. Another dangerously hot and humid day. High of 93. A chance for severe thunderstorms this evening. Tomorrow, more thunderstorms are possible as well. Coming up on the Today Show, what's causing the big housing boom in Idaho? We'll have another local update in a half hour. See you then.
Your News 4 New York live update starts now.
Good morning. Live look here at the George Washington Bridge. Delays right now up to 15 minutes. It is 8:26 on a Wednesday morning, July 7th. I'm Darlene Rodriguez. Well, the essential workers who helped to get the city through the pandemic will be honored this morning with a ticker tape parade. The parade will feature more than a dozen floats representing 260 groups of essential workers. They include healthcare workers, educators, transportation employees, and utility workers. It's expected to be one of the largest ticker tape parades in the city's history. Well, today's Hometown Heroes Parade will begin at Battery Park and make its way up the Canyon of Heroes. A big ceremony was planned outside City Hall after the parade, but that's been scrapped because of today's intense heat. But you can watch the parade live right here on NBC4. Our coverage begins at 11 a.m. on air and online. Let's take a look now at the morning commute. Here's Lauren Scala.
Thanks, Darlene. There are delays in service changes on the 2, 3, and B. And if you're getting on the roads, there's now a crash on 80 westbound out by exit 37. Earlier earlier there was one eastbound, so you still have heavy delays in both directions. This mess, the Nassau Expressway remains closed out by Burnside Avenue. That's an overturned tanker trunk with a huge fuel spill, foam all over the roadways. So you could see a lot of heavy delays on other local streets in the area. So something to keep in mind there. You still have a crash on the Southern State eastbound by Merrick Avenue, really slowing things down. And the LIE westbound remains closed at exit 57. That's been out there for over 3 hours. Darlene, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Lauren. Let's check the weather today. Another dangerously hot and humid day, a high of 93. A chance for severe thunderstorms this evening. Tomorrow, more thunderstorms are possible, looking at 85 for the high. Coming up on the Today Show, Jason Derulo performs his hit song, and we have another local update right here for you in a half hour. See you then.
Your News 4 New York live update starts now.
Good morning. Taking a live look here at the New Jersey Turnpike near Newark Liberty Airport. It is 8:57 on this Wednesday morning, July 7th. I'm Darlene Rodriguez. Well, people all across our area will spend today cleaning up the damage caused by last night's storms. Parts of New Jersey were hit hard, with trees coming down in Ridgewood, Glen Rock, and South Orange. The storm also took down power lines, leaving tens of thousands without electricity. And Eric Adams is declaring victory in the Democratic primary for New York City mayor. The latest results show Adams holding 50.5% of the vote over Catherine Garcia's 49.5%. That's enough for the Associated Press to call the race for Adams. In a statement, Adams said in part, the results are clear. An historic, diverse five-borough coalition led by working-class New Yorkers has led us to victory. Well, in just about 2 hours, lots of essential workers will make their way up the Canyon of Heroes. This morning's ticker tape parade will thank the hometown heroes who helped to get the city through the darkest days of the pandemic. The parade will salute more than 200 groups of workers, including educators, transportation employees, utility workers, and healthcare workers. Well, you can watch the parade live right here on NBC4. Our coverage begins at 11 a.m. on air and online. All right, now for a look at the weather, here's Maria LaRosa.
It's going to be a hot one. We're already seeing the hazy conditions, 79 degrees right now at Central Park, 77 in White Plains. Not much in the way of cloudiness or storms yet, but we do have that chance to see some strong thunderstorms, the gusty, damaging wind threat again late afternoon and evening. So be prepared for that on our way up to 93. Cooler tomorrow with storms, and then Darlene watching Elsa and heavy rain potential Friday early.
Okay, Maria, thank you. Well, coming up on the third hour of today, how one woman is using dirt bikes to inspire children and workout trends to try this summer. Stay tuned.
Your News 4 New York live update starts now.
Good morning, everybody. There is the Governor Mario Cuomo Bridge in the distance. It's Wednesday morning. It is July 7th, 9:59. I'm Darlene Rodriguez. A ticker tape parade to salute the essential workers who helped get the city through the pandemic. It begins in about an hour. The parade will start at Battery Park and make its way up the Canyon of Heroes. A ceremony was planned outside City Hall after the parade, but that's been scrapped because of today's intense heat. You can watch the parade live right here on NBC4. Our coverage begins at 11 a.m. on air and online. All right, let's check the weather right now today. Another dangerously hot and humid day, high of 93 degrees, a chance for severe thunderstorms this evening. Tomorrow, more thunderstorms are possible, and 85 is the high. Friday, looking at remnants of Elsa. Maybe could bring more rain in the morning. Temperatures staying in the low 80s. All right, well, stay tuned. Coming up on the Today Show, the best new products to organize your bathroom. And later this morning at 11, our live coverage of the Hometown Heroes Ticker Tape Parade. Have a wonderful day.
Now at 11, we are following several breaking stories in the Bronx. There was a standoff near an NYPD precinct. What happened moments before officers in full tactical gear faced off with a suspect on top of an SUV? And another standoff is going on right now at a home in Newark, and many people have been evacuated from the area here, and we just got an update from city officials. Plus, 2 people are dead after an overnight fire in Teaneck. What we know about those people that were found inside. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Adam Cooperstein. Let's begin with the weather, because Tropical Storm Elsa is coming our way. It is a fast-moving system. Here's what it did to Hilton Head, South Carolina overnight. First, though, there's another storm to contend with, and Storm Team 4's Dave Price is tracking all of it for us. Dave?
All right, Adam, the threat of severe weather stays with us as we head into the evening hours tonight, and within the last few minutes, we've had some developments, which I'll show you. But for most of the area, with the exception of the far east end of the island, we are in potentially for another late afternoon and evening of rough weather. Now, we look to the north and west, and there it is. We have a flash flood warning in effect as we head to areas to the north and northwest of the city. Columbia, Dutchess, Greene, Ulster County, so Kingston, New Paltz, Saugerties. You can see the heavy rains beginning to roll through the area. This is indicative of what we may see later on today. So it's going to be an afternoon of rough weather. We'll update you, by the way, on the hour at 1, 2, and 3 o'clock today. Adam, second piece of our weather story is Elsa. You just saw what it did to Hilton Head, continues to churn on up, and we are going to see that weather impact our area as we head into tonight and tomorrow. Tropical storm warnings posted for the coastal communities, wind gusts up to 40 and 50 miles per hour, and rough surf as well, along with heavy rains. Full forecast details and a look 10 days ahead when we see you in just a few minutes.
Okay, Dave, thank you. Now let's get to that breaking news in the Bronx. We told you there was a standoff near an NYPD precinct out there in the Bronx. The suspect is in custody. No one is hurt. News 4's Mark Santia is at the scene in the Throgs Neck section with more. Mark. We're back with Dave Price, tracking storms now and later, too.
Yeah, rough weather rolling through Columbia County, Dutchess County, Greene County, Ulster County right now. Rainfall rate in some parts of the region 2 to 3 inches an hour. We're watching for flash flooding. Could see more of this popping up through the afternoon. Then Elsa comes our way. We'll update you through the afternoon beginning at noon.
Yeah, and at News 4 at 4, we're going to have live team coverage as the Tri-State prepares for Elsa, as you mentioned, Dave, in just about 12 hours for that arrival. Plus, we have an update at a News 4 exclusive here, $1 million Manhattan jewelry heist video that's new, and you'll only see it on News 4 of the trio that cops are still looking for. And for breaking news anytime, check out the News 4 app. New York Live's up next. Thanks for watching. Be safe.